was a tough start to the season for Plymouth, but Argyle weathered the storm. And just 3 defeats in September has seen Tony Pulis guide the Pilgrims away from the bottom 3. Time now to build a brighter future. Leeds have been there and done that.
A sad, sad day for Leeds United.
And Kevin Blackwell's new look Leeds are moving forward with real expectation and a determination to return to their rightful place among the nation's elite. For both clubs and their supporters, it's time to believe. In the Championship, Plymouth Argyle against Leeds United, live from Home Park. It's Plymouth Argyle in search of safety against Leeds United in pursuit of the Premiership. Just 2 reasons why there could be a few waves made this evening here on the South Coast. With me is Matt Jones, former Leeds star. Matt, good crowd in tonight, and this could be a little bit tasty, couldn't it?
Definitely so. I'm hugely looking forward to this game. I'm expecting to see some attractive football, especially from Leeds, but I think from Plymouth as well. The 2 teams that are playing with a lot of confidence. They've had a good festive period, some good results for both sides. So I'm hopefully it's going to be a big game, yes.
Quick glance at the league table to see where they both are, and well, Plymouth are only 3 points off the relegation zone. Sheffield Wednesday have jumped out, Brighton have jumped in the relegation places. No stopping Reading, 69 points, 10 points ahead of Sheffield United, who play tomorrow night. Leeds, 21 points as we talk this evening, behind the leaders, but they are leading the pursuing pack. We'll hear from Matt Jones at half-time. Time now for the game. It's Gary Birtles and Ian Crocker.
Thank you, George. The new year starts here for Plymouth Argyle and Leeds United, and they have very different hopes for 2006. Survival is the target for Plymouth. Promotion the objective for Leeds, one way or another. One thing is sure, Leeds United are always a big draw. Plymouth expecting their biggest crowd of the season at Home Park. Well, Plymouth make 2 changes from the side that drew and Wolves, and both are forced on Tony Pulis. David Norris is suspended, so Hungarian Akos Buzaki comes in, although he's barely trained for 3 weeks because of an abdominal strain. Nick Chadwick tweaked a hamstring at Molineux, so Scott Taylor makes his first start since the end of September. Elliot Ward is on loan from West Ham for another month, but Jason Jarrett's loan from Norwich expires after this game. Kevin Blackwell names the same side that beat Hull and the same subs too. Stephen Crady made his first appearance since September in that game after a long-standing groin problem, and he keeps his place. Jonathan Douglas, on loan from Blackburn, has scored 3 times over the festive period. Rob Hulse and David Healy are again on the bench. Not a bad pair of strikers to have in reserve.
Plymouth will start 4-4-2 at centre-half. Doumbé, Ward, both strong, both imposing. And at full-backs, Connolly and Barnes, both comfortable on the ball, love to get forward. In midfield, Wotton will play that holding role, allowing the creation and vision of Buzaki and Jarrett alongside him to get further forward. Capaldi giving natural width on the left-hand side. And up front, Evans, the ultimate target man alongside Taylor. The pace of him will be feeding off, hopefully, the flicks of Evans. Leeds will start slightly different, a 4-3-3, solid, strong, reliable Butler at centre-half alongside young Kilgallen, good on the ball, great composure, experience at right-back in Kelly, and Crady, he'll get forward, good on the ball, good in possession. Midfield, Derry, he'll break up play, protect the back 4, allowing Douglas to get box to box and Miller to provide the creation in midfield. And up front, Cresswell, intelligent, good movement into the channels alongside Blake. I think he'll be given a free role, his craft and vision vital to Leeds, and Lewis gives them natural width.
Well, Plymouth have made themselves hard to beat, especially here at home park, where their only recent loss was to runaway leaders Reading. Tony Pulis has had to grind out a few results as Plymouth fight for survival. He's pretty good at doing that. He worked wonders on limited resources at Stoke, and will have to do the same again here. Kevin Blackwell back on familiar territory. He spent 3 years at Plymouth in the 90s as a goalkeeper and then a coach alongside then-manager Neil Warnock, with whom he worked for years. Now he's trying to catch up with Warnock's Sheffield United. Plymouth gambling a bit on the fitness of Akos Buzaki, who's been struggling with injury for the past few weeks, hence he's been left on the bench. He's a target for Premiership clubs and could be on the move this month. It's going to be Plymouth Argyle to kick off on Paul Taylor's whistle. Plymouth have had some Christmas cheer. A win at Cardiff, a draw at Wolves. In between, their game against Preston here was postponed. But Leeds United have had a very Merry Christmas too, with wins over Coventry, Stoke and Hull. And they make it a Happy New Year as well and claim a fourth successive victory. An early free kick for Plymouth, and this is why.
Sean Derry does that very well. He blocks things up and stops things happening for the opposition.
Well, Buzaki will immediately be called upon, perhaps to take the free kick, or is he going to leave it? He is. It's going to be the left foot of Capaldi instead. Plymouth looking for an early breakthrough. Capaldi in. Well, it was Elliot Ward who was loitering with intent, but Sullivan grabs it.
A bit disappointed. Good early chance to put pressure on Leeds United from Capaldi, straight through to the keeper.
Colossal kick from Sullivan. Capaldi. Taylor. Robbie Blake now for Kelly. Elliot Ward on loan from West Ham has made a big difference to Plymouth's defence. Connolly. Stephen Craney has had a terrible time with injuries at Leeds. Back in the team now. Paul Butler.
Well, Leeds may be flying high in the table, but they'll know coming here. Tony Pulis' team will give them a real test. They've had a good festive period. They're feeling very, very confident, and they've got this wonderful crowd behind them.
Yes, the Plymouth fans usually create a good atmosphere here. 1,200 Leeds fans have made it too. All the way from West Yorkshire to the West Country. Douglas towards Liam Miller, who's on loan from Manchester United.
It's nice to see players of Miller's stature coming on loan to places to learn a trade.
Well, maybe a break on here. But Sean Derry soon had enough of Jason Jarrett.
Derry does that job so well. Just sits on holds, breaks things up. I've seen him grow up over the years, starting locally in Nottingham. And he's always done that job to a particularly high standard.
Well, two players are not too keen on the ball at the moment. I think we're going to change it.
Players do know when there's a little bit less air in a ball out there. You need to know these things. Very important, tools of the trade and all that.
Well, lots of things have changed at Leeds United over the last couple of years, but Gary Kelly's still there, almost reassuring to see him every time.
I'm sure Kevin Blackwell is pleased to see him still there. His experience is vital out there. Sort of Butler alongside him.
Douglas receiving. Derry now for Craney. Craney can try again. Over the top, and the flag stays down. And Liam Miller gets the corner.
It's good timing of the run there by Liam Miller. Stayed onside.
So a chance for Leeds to make an impression with 5 minutes on the clock at home park. Looks like Eddie Lewis will leave this one for the long-serving Gary Kelly. He does indeed, but it's an easy take for the French keeper Lariat.
Confident, comfortable catch by the keeper there.
Well, Plymouth beat Crystal Palace in their last home match. Bearing in mind the form they're in at the moment, that was some scalp, and Leeds United would be a similar scalp. Capaldi, one of the Northern Ireland heroes against England. He's lost out there though.
I think we just saw how important Gary Kelly is to Leeds United. Experience there, just stop the threat of Capaldi.
Richard Cresswell has taken a whack from the Plymouth captain, Paul Watton.
Who's their holding player, the guy who protects their back four.
Plymouth frustrated at Wolves on Saturday. I don't think Glenn Hoddle was too impressed with their style of play at Molineux, but they're hardly in the business of entertaining at the moment. It's all about surviving. They actually switched to three at the back in the second half of that game. Gallen conceding the free kick. It wasn't really a difficult choice as they clattered in to Taylor.
Yeah, and you expect that as a striker from your centre-half who's playing against you early in the game. Centre circle, ball in the air, he'll come through you and just dump you on your backside. So just to let you know you're there. The manager will be pleased with that.
Ward's free kick doesn't drop too kindly for Plymouth. There's Doumbé. Now Douglas for Eddie Lewis. Kilgallen's header on by Lewis. Mickey Evans always relishing the aerial battle.
That's what Plymouth will be looking for. Evans, terrific target man. Play the ball up to him and get Taylor alongside him.
Connolly, Taylor. It's going to be prodded away by Kilgallen.
Good defending by Kilgallen here. Could have lost his head, knew what was around him. Good little bit of interplay there. Didn't wait for his keeper, took no chances. Quite rightly so. See, just concentration, eyes on the ball, puts it out the danger area.
Plymouth scored from a corner at Wolves on New Year's Eve. Elliot Ward met that one. Capaldi took it. It's come out to Brizaki. Didn't have the steadiest of touches.
He is a little bit rusty. That's where you need it on the edge of the box. Brizaki, first touch let him down.
Connolly having to charge across to foil Blake.
Good things being said about this boy Brizaki at the moment.
Well, they hope and hang on to it, Plymouth, but there has been interest from the Premiership in Akos Brizaki, the Hungarian international. It's a foul by Sean Derry on Taylor.
He's not happy with that, Sean Derry, but again it stops Plymouth getting forward. Taylor, good control, close, turns his man well. It's a clear foul. You've got to be careful, Sean Derry. A couple of fouls already.
Blake. Here's Douglas. He scored both goals in the win over Hull. Also got one on Boxing Day. In a competent frame of mind, and Robbie Blake nearly made contact on his way through.
They let him come a long way there. Douglas.
Evans. Jarrett. Plymouth would like to hang on to Jason Jarrett, but he's due to go back to Norwich tomorrow, and I think manager Worthington has one or two injury problems in midfield, so they need him. But the two lone players, Jarrett and this man, Elliot Ward, done a very decent job indeed for Plymouth Argyle. Scott Taylor making a rare start today. Nick Chadwick out with a hamstring problem. Capaldi, he's got Barnes with him over there. Douglas screened it. Craney launched it. Cresswell, who hasn't really got his Leeds career going yet because of an injury which kept him out for a while.
Just tells you the strength that Kevin Blackwell has at his disposal. The two top scorers sitting on the bench. Wilson Healy. Make a good point about the lone players. Jarrett and Ward are doing really well for the team, and you know at any point when they're going to go back, you just get things right, the results start going for them, and you have to change everything round again. So difficult when you put on the resources Plymouth have to at times.
There's Craney. Too much on that perhaps, or is there? Eddie Lewis giving it a go.
Craney has got a good left foot, just overhit that a little bit, but the idea was good. Knows the capabilities of Lewis. He's got the pace, sees the run, timed well, just too much, too direct. Just cannot keep it in. Keeps that range going, he'll get it right.
The Leeds fans, as always, well up for it. It's actually that cold in the West Country today. They're not being that brave, really.
Not many days are lost to flu and colds in Leeds, and see that sort of thing happening.
Barnes. Kept going. Scott Taylor. Jason Jarrett putting himself about. And Mickey Evans beaten to it by Kilgallen. Miller. That's a little loose, and Eddie Lewis is onto it. Cresswell, Douglas has been amongst the goals lately, has got himself into the box. Cresswell needing some help from Derry. Craney, and out by Doombay.
13 minutes we've had so far have gone very quickly, but you can't take your eyes off it. It's been that frenetic, it's end to end, two totally committed sides, confident sides. What's in it at the moment?
Capaldi. Got Barnes nearby, and also Jason Jarrett. Kazaki sidestepping the referee Paul Taylor and Stephen Craney. Earning a corner for Plymouth.
Well, the first little bit of trickery we've seen from Bizaki. See him pick it up deep. Good first touch, a little bit of trickery here. Just totally baffles them, gets his shot away. It's a good block. Clear the ability and the potential at this point.
Elliot Ward amongst those waiting then. Scored at Wolves. Zaki's corner. Jason Jarrett will give it straight back to the Hungarian. And Scott Taylor on the volley. Back by Doumbé. And another corner. A good spell this for Plymouth.
Intelligent play by Doumbé there. Just put it back across the face of the goal. Puts the pressure on. The back four of Leeds. Took no chances and concede the corner.
Capaldi's corner. Too low for Plymouth's liking. Cresswell's error gave it back to Plymouth. Not sure they needed to go that far back, but they did to Connolly. Watton.
Times a little bit too frenetic. Nobody's getting the ball down and taking care with the passing. Just settle a little bit.
Well, Doumbé was quickly closed down then by Richard Cresswell, typical of Cresswell. Liam Miller had to hold on to that as Cresswell got back on side. Kelly. Douglas delivers and Doumbé sends it back in his direction. Butler. Cresswell. Paul Watton back helping out his defence. Craney. Miller used his hand to keep that.
Well, Cresswell, he is a striker, and managers do like to see their strikers do this. Time to perfection, put themselves in. They sometimes get much maligned by getting the tackles wrong, and he got it totally right that time. Gets tangled up a little bit, but I love to see strikers doing that. It's called defending from the front.
Buzaki chasing that Evans flick. Oh, Buzaki with more trickery, and then didn't really pull it back.
Well, I've been impressed. It's the first time I've seen him, but two examples so far of his ability. Look at this. He's got no right to do this. That's brilliant. Premeditated. Totally meant it. Nobody attacks the near post. If there was any real desire there, they should have done it. It's all right, Evans saying you should have pulled it back. Had he attacked the near post, it wasn't a bad ball.
Kelly. Craney. One fall back to the other. Craney has hit that again.
I think you told me before the game about Buzaki, his ability, and you can see why Tony Pulis has gambled on that ability. This is brilliant. That's in the Premiership, you talk about it for days. It's not, it's in the Championship, it's terrific.
Well, he was at Porto when Jose Mourinho was manager there. Seasonal schedule so far, and they keep it going. Watton nearly sneaking in. Cresswell off his shoulder apparently. That is not anyway. Buzaki giving Scott Taylor something to chase, but Kilgallen was always going to get there first.
I'll tell you what, we've just seen total flair and ability from Buzaki, and then total determination to keep a ball in that looked like it was going out.
It's a long throw. Paul Butler clears it though. Cresswell, that time it was handball.
Yeah, the previous one Plymouth appealed for, didn't get. because it hit his chest. That one clearly hit his arm. Mr. Taylor saw them both and got them both right.
Last time Paul Taylor refereed Plymouth, by the way, was on the opening day of the season when they won at Reading. Reading's only defeat in the Championship this season. Butler and Derry doubling up on the main threat for his Ward. Sullivan, though, will be knocked down by Mickey Evans.
They've got to get bodies around Mickey Evans. He wins the majority, and Kilgallen and Butler will know there've been an encounter tonight playing against him.
Here's Craney. Offside against Richard Cresswell, but it's taken anyway by Lariou, who will be allowed to get on with it.
He's not had a great deal to do, Lariou, so far. He's come out for a couple, claimed them with great confidence. Back fours like to see.
Derry up against Jarrett. Kilgallen. Douglas ran into Buzaki but hung in there. Craney trying that ball again, which hasn't quite worked so far today.
It hasn't. One thing that has impressed me with both sides, how quickly they're closing play down. The work rate's terrific, which you expect from both sides. And if you work hard, the rest will come as an added bonus. Earn the right to play, as you hear so many managers and coaches say.
Kelly. Douglas. It's going to veer away from Richard Cresswell.
I don't see him being allowed to settle when they're in possession of the ball at the moment. It's just frenetic every time a Leeds player or a Plymouth player gets in possession. An opponent comes and closes down so quickly.
Leeds have travelled well this season, 6 away wins in the Championship so far. Craney. Doumbé gave it straight back to Leeds and to Kilgallen. Connolly for Buzaki, who's given a bump by Craney.
Sometimes the only way to stop him again, he's thinking ahead, flicks it around Craney, and he knows that he's been outwitted again.
Evans, Scott Taylor on the volley.
Well, that's what that partnership is all about. Taylor knows he has to gamble on Evans winning it, and he wins a lot of them. Again, he hangs well in the air. There's the run, takes it early, just cannot get the ball directed downwards quick enough.
Well, Taylor partnering Evans today because of Nick Chadwick's hamstring injury.
Tony Pulis would like to see another striker come to this football club in the transfer window. Top scorer's only got 5 this season.
Mickey Evans catching Craney. He's caught a few in his time, but he protests to Paul Taylor about this one.
By the nature of the way he plays, Evans, he is going to catch people. Concentrating there, you have to lean, you have to get purchasing. You have to jump, you can't do it with your hands by your sides, and that's level, that's not intentional at all for me.
The local heroes in the team, Mickey Evans, one of Bourne, the other Paul Watton.
There's a lot of conjecture to what is a fair challenge from a centre forward going up. You cannot, as a striker, just jump from a standing position. You have to get elevation. The arms come into it.
Elliot Ward cleared. Butler felt that he was being impeded, so Plymouth cleared that, but here's Liam Miller.
Plymouth have done well so far. They've stopped, I think, two key men for Leeds, and Robbie Blake and Liam Miller getting in possession.
Douglas breaking from midfield.
It must be great to play under Tony Pulis as the gaffer. So effervescent. He gets the players to do the right job for him. Knows players very well.
He's only lost 4 of his 15 games in charge. He's made Plymouth hard to beat. A couple of mid-table finishes at Stoke, which wasn't bad at all considering the lack of resources there. He will be trying to do a bit of transfer business during this month, although it's not always easy trying to persuade players to come to Plymouth in the West Country.
It is a long way to come, isn't it?
That, he says, is his biggest problem, Tony Pulis. Anyway, it's a free kick for Leeds, and Paul Butler will fancy a piece of the action. Kelly aiming it towards him. Craney. Blake. Kelly. Larry has his sights set on that.
Well, when your centre-halves know that the keeper is going to be confident enough to come like that, it just lifts you as a centre-half. You know you don't have to deal with a difficult ball coming into your box.
We've got another game coming later from the Premiership. It's Blackburn against Portsmouth on Sky Sports 1 from 7:30. Uzaki. Capaldi's flick, a little too clever. Barnes, who's added plenty of experience after heading to the southwest from the northwest, from Bolton. Uzaki. Now Connolly. Connolly couldn't pass one from Eddie Lewis. He's then stopped in his tracks.
You've got to give Leeds credit as well. They've got a lot of flair players on the side, but do they work hard? Track back, close things down. That's where they are in the table at the moment.
Butler. Gallon there, now Mickey Evans. Sean Berry's clearance has given Jarrett cause for hope. Capaldi. Doumbé. Away by Craney. Barnes. Jarrett. Oh, Connolly, superbly skip past Craney. Can he set it up from Mickey Evans? No, Kilgallen there to meet it. Uzaki. Jarrett. Not sure what he was planning there, but never had it under control.
His feet on the wrong way around there.
Blake. Uzaki. Connolly having to halt Lewis.
Well, Leeds do set up to start with as a 4-3-3, but it's a very flexible 4-3-3. Robbie Blake will be given a free roll, drifting across the front line.
Douglas in towards Cresswell. Barnes sorts him out.
Bradley Blake. He always impressed me. I saw a lot of him when he came on loan at Nottingham Forest, and such an intelligent player. Drops off short, difficult to pick up, full of creation.
Craney. Lewis. Douglas for Craney. And back. Elliot Ward steering that away. Liam Miller won it though. Ward having to nip in again. Gary Kelly. Liam Miller. And Eddie Lewis. Blocked by Doumbé. And would have been set up for him by Douglas.
Very solid look about both these teams. The work rate is terrific from every man out there at the moment. Defending's of good quality, not dropping too deep either. Back fours being well protected.
Leeds United 11 points off second place Sheffield United at the moment. The Blades don't play until tomorrow at Hull. Reading won again earlier and won comfortably with 5 past Cardiff. Barnes. Derry leading it for Kilgallen.
Doesn't look like anybody's going to stop Reading, but there's a lot to play for behind Reading.
Plymouth are currently 19th. Oh, a mistake. Sullivan, but he recovered.
We'll have to see that from Neil Sullivan. But it was comfortably gathered there, slipped from his grasp. And he gets away with it.
Capaldi's long throw. Butler saw it coming. Jarrett claims handball. Much intended there was, but Connolly, Jarrett will aim to weave a way through.
Again, good solid defence, good closing down. He's impressed so far, Connolly. Gets forward well, a lot of ability on the ball.
Throw from Connolly. Liam Miller. Miller again. Craney, like Miller, a former Celtic man, and it's becoming a rather familiar story for Craney at the moment.
He must be seeing something we don't up here at the moment, because that radar has not been quite found yet. Kevin Blackwell, resignation on his face there.
Taylor. Plymouth are 3 points off the relegation zone at the moment, but they do have a couple of games to rearrange. That Preston match that was called off over Christmas, and also the Leicester game that was abandoned here. Offside this is against Richard Cresswell.
It's found it difficult to get in the game so far, Cresswell. I don't know, he's having a go out there, but he's not happy with something. He must be happy with his work rate and his organisation of his team, because that's been good. It's just the final ball and the ability to hurt the opposition in that final third that's not quite happening for them at the moment.
Craney taking that same route again.
Well, that's a better ball because it's just left in there, it's not drilled in there. 2 out of 3 is hit, or 3 out of 4 is hit, have been drilled. Nobody will get on the end of them.
Craney signed from Southampton, but first appeared on the scene at Celtic. Leeds fans haven't actually seen too much of him because of injuries. Eddie Lewis has got a corner off Doumbé.
I think both goalkeepers have been protected very well by the players in front of them so far.
It's Lewis's corner. Paul Butler might just retrieve it. Sean Derry bursting into the box. Another corner. Could be the outcome of that.
Well, he's got in a further forward role there. Sean Derry is the holding player, but gets something for his team there, bursting into the box.
Two honest players there, Paul Butler and Mickey Evans. Gary Kelly's corner. The whistle went immediately.
Some pushing and shoving going on in the box. I think either keeper's had a shot to save at the moment in this game. It's been a good 35 minutes, a lot of things to admire in the first part of the game, but not much to do for either of the keepers.
Taylor. Connolly. Craney won it. Now Derry. Douglas. Out by Elliot Ward. Kelly. Ward is clearing most things at the moment, but Craney now for Leeds. Miller. Lewis.
Problem for Leeds, they play a little bit narrow, the midfield, and a lot of it's coming through the centre, and that makes it easy for Doumbé and Ward to try and get down the outside like that.
Eddie Lewis. Oh, it's a cracking cross, and Lariou just forced it away from the incoming Cresswell.
Well, right on cue. For the first time we've seen Leeds get in an area like that and produce a decent quality ball. Cresswell nearly gets across the keeper.
Mickey Evans wasn't one for losing the ball there. He's set up this Plymouth attack. Connolly. Blocked by Craney.
You must wonder what's going on, Craney. Bazaki's done him a couple of times. Connolly's done him once. Needs a bit of help.
That's come off Bazaki. It's going to be a Leeds throw. And Bazaki just told to calm down there after his furious reaction at the ref. Come! Blake, a little bit ahead from Cresswell and from Liam Miller, promising this for Leeds. Richard Cresswell, though, on his first touch allowed Doumbé to make the challenge goal kick.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to make the challenge, Cresswell. You expect better from him than that. Usually clinical in these positions. There's the first touch, goes away from him, gives Doumbé the chance to clear. He's done well there, Doumbé. Got his bit of luck with the touch from Cresswell. The build-up was good from Robbie Blake and Liam Miller there, the two players Leeds wanting possession of the ball.
Capaldi. Deflected.
Why not have a go from there? First touch was good and sure.
Douglas. Butler. Blake. It's decent from Blake for Craney. Lewis hugging the touchline. And Craney has returned it to Eddie Lewis. And a decent flick from Cresswell.
Well, that's the way they're going to get round Plymouth. Stretch the play wide. Lovely little 1-2 played. Lewis does the right thing, hits the near post with the ball. Lovely little flick. Lario just up to the task yet again.
Richard Cresswell, who was prolific for Preston last season as they reached the playoff final. And Leeds moved in to sign him, but he's only recently returned to action after 3 months out with knee ligament damage.
He did well at the near post. Strikers at the top of the game do hit the near post. That's where you go. Slightly behind him, got a good touch, and Lario saved the day again.
Leeds definitely, though, showing the benefit of getting the ball out to Lewis again. Hooked on by Evans. Taylor trying to leave it for him.
Plymouth certainly don't look a team down in the bottom reaches of the table. They're confident. I'm not fazed by playing the third team in the league at all.
Connolly. Oh, and Gallen couldn't get it away, but Kelly did.
Well, it's that man Evans again, causing the problems. Long throw, difficult to defend, gets the touch, and should have gambled there, Taylor. Expect the mistake from the defender. Good flick. He's a little bit flat-footed there, as we see. Gallen misses it. Had he gone initially, it's a good opportunity.
Zaki takes, and Eddie Lewis had a swing at it.
Well, every corner they've taken Plymouth, it's not going to put waist high. But that one sometimes does cause a problem. It comes at such pace. You have a slash at it like that, and it could go anywhere.
Well, I think Paul Watton will go across this time, although he has set up Buzaki. No waste of a corner from Plymouth. Leeds looking to break away with Liam Miller. And a free kick is given. Craney. Craney in towards Cresswell. Robbie Blake.
So unlucky there, Robbie Blake. Feinted as if he was going to go for a shot and nearly slipped his way through.
Gallen. And now Blake. Cresswell waiting in the middle. Blake has Lewis in support. Blocked by Connolly. Leeds having to take the long way round. Blake now for Craney. Sean Derry. Douglas. And Blake let it go, but Eddie Lewis has moved inside.
I think he realised Connolly was very close to him there. But he's starting to get more influence in the game, Robbie Blake.
Evans, the meat and sandwich. Leeds United seeking a fourth win on the spin, but certainly not getting it their own way here at home park. Little nudge from Evans. Douglas sorting it out for Leeds. Temporarily, maybe. Capaldi. Evans.
And there possibly see why Plymouth are down at the bottom. Build up very good, and that final pass lets them down.
Cresswell up against Elliot Ward. And as they were in the final last year. Last minute of the first half. Kelly. And Blake's shot deflected and it looked like it was heading in.
Everybody was holding their breath here. It's headed out reasonably well, onto it in a flash. Takes a wicked deflection and Lario, not a chance of saving. That's a massive deflection off Ward. Spins wide.
An anxious look from Ward, but wide it went. Here's Eddie Lewis's corner though, and Jonathan Douglas won the header.
Plymouth didn't deserve to concede what would have been a goal like that. One of the biggest deflections you'll see, and totally sent the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Leeds carving out a couple of chances though towards the end of the first half.
It's been not an inspired 45 minutes from Leeds, but a very thorough one, if you like. And just never stopped working, never stopped probing.
1 minute to be added on. Connolly backing cross that.
So having said that about Leeds, you can say exactly the same about Plymouth.
Here's Cresswell though, he's got a lucky break here. Richard Cresswell. And he's kept occupied by Doumbé.
That is good defending from Doumbé.
Liam Miller. The board for 1 minute going up, but we've already played that.
I'm surprised it's only a minute. There's been very little bad play out there, bad tackles. The referee's handled it well.
Throw for Leeds. Paul Taylor has looked at his watch though. It is half-time. Not too many chances, but a gritty display from both these teams. And Leeds did prize a couple of openings towards the end of the half. Robbie Blake's effort clipping off Elliot Ward. And for one moment it looked like it might just nestle in the bottom corner. But at half-time at Home Park, it's Plymouth 0, Leeds 0.
And we'll get the thoughts of Matt Jones on that in a second or two. Plymouth certainly carrying the fight to Leeds United, who have options on the bench, nearly £4 million worth of talent waiting to come on. And in Robbie Blake on the field, the closest they've come to a goal in the first half.
Well, there hasn't been a 0-0 draw between these teams since their very first meeting in 1931. The Leeds fans have turned up in force everywhere they've gone this season, 1,200 of them here at Home Park. The Leeds players actually flew down, good idea, yesterday, and are flying back straight after the match. In fact, Plymouth fly to most of their games this season because of the geographical difficulty in getting to most of games. It's been a good effort so far from Tony Pulis' team, who have certainly made themselves hard to beat as they fight for survival in the Championship. Pretty close to a full house here at Home Park today, and if they were to do well at this level, I think that would be the same story every week. There's a large catchment area for Plymouth. Both teams have had a pretty good Christmas so far. Plymouth winning at Cardiff on Boxing Day and drawing at Wolves. They did have their game against Preston here postponed just a couple of hours before it was due to start. Parts of the pitch were frozen. They didn't actually have any covers for those parts. They will do next time, they assure everyone. As for Leeds, well, they've won 3 in a row, and they'll be hoping to keep that run going so they can ensure that Sheffield United don't go too far out of sight in second place. Neil Warnock's Blades up at Hull tomorrow night. Leeds hoping for a 4th successive victory here. Connolly impressive in the first half. Takes the throw. Kilgallen having to come across. Douglas gets the free kick.
Just before half-time we saw little signs that Leeds was beginning to work Plymouth out a little bit, getting the ball into wide areas, trying to hurt them, get to the bylines. Cresswell hitting the near post. The one thing missing from Plymouth is a little spark in and around the 18-yard box. They defended manfully, they've worked the ball well, they've kept possession at times reasonably well, but that final spark is just lacking.
They search for a striker. We'll gather pace this month, of course, with the winter transfer window. Tony Pulis will be hoping to make a few changes, but he knows what he's doing at this level.
He certainly does. You can see by the team he's put out there, well organised, everybody knows his job out there.
Evans, Watton, now Buzaki. Here is Connolly. They've been good down that side, Plymouth.
They have been good down the side. It's the left-hand side maybe that's a little less impressive.
Connolly's throw. Watton. Buzaki. And Mickey Evans. Sullivan grabs it. Derry. Came off Jarrett. Capaldi. Came off Kelly. The Hungarian international made his debut for his country earlier this season. Kelly. Elliot Ward so commanding at the heart of Plymouth's defence.
These two teams keep the pace up. They showed in the first half it was frenetic from the first whistle. Fitness levels very good on both teams.
Kilgallen's free kick. Ward there again. Bobby Blake. It's Eddie Lewis. He sent it into the only area of the box where there were no Leeds takers. That's gone up for offside against Cresswell, I think.
This was a good hard chance, I thought, for Leeds there. Good chance to put the ball in an area where you could attack it. See the ball go back into the box. It's fed out there, and everybody goes in too flat. Nobody's waiting for that ball that's coming slightly dragged back.
Douglas. Sunburst. The man who's on loan from Blackburn. He's going to get a free kick given by the assistant referee.
Oh, Bazaki not very happy with that. Not to be much contact at all. Terrific break from Douglas again. I was talking to Sean Derry about him before the game, and he said his energy levels are unbelievable.
Taylor wants him taken back a bit. Gary Kelly leaves it. Eddie Lewis is the man who takes it. And Cresswell and Blake both seem to go for it then.
I think they were claiming a penalty there, Leeds, but I think it was a collision between two of their own men. The Leeds fans went up in the air, the ball's whipped in, there is an arm round there, and there's the nudge from his own player. Robbie Blake thought he'd been fouled, but it was his own man.
Yes, fouled by Cresswell on Blake. It was definitely.
And he wasn't to know that. You just don't think your own man's going to come and whack you all over the place in the box, do you?
To be fair, it doesn't normally happen that way. Craney. Now Lewis. Cross came Doumbé. Here's Connolly. Evans. Mickey Evans fending off Craney. Cresswell chasing, and he never gives defenders a moment's peace. Robbie Blake. And oh, it's a good strike from Miller, which Lariou had to turn away.
Well, Elliot Ward's not done a lot wrong, but he gives the ball away, and Leeds nearly punish him again. Blake, intelligent awareness. Miller, good strike, comes through the legs and can't take a chance there, palms it around the post.
Kelly's corner, over the head of Cresswell. Eddie Lewis! Oh, and it might go down as a goal for Cresswell, perhaps. But it's Leeds who have the lead early in the second half. A breakthrough as they seek a fourth win on the spin.
Well, I don't think it's any surprise that we see Leeds go in front, and Cresswell is taking all the handshakes off his teammates. It comes out, there's nobody picking Lewis up. It's a good strike, and that comes up. That's an own goal. Is that an own goal? We'll see the strike here. Cresswell was claiming it. It does come off. Cresswell gets across. It's his chest by the look of it. Just gets a slight touch with his head, and striker's gamble, and he did that very well.
Well, Richard Cresswell scored for Preston against Plymouth last season, and he has scored for Leeds against Plymouth this season. And it was the Preston connection of old, Lewis and Cresswell.
Well, it came hard at him. He's got his head onto the end of it. Was struck with power by Lewis.
The assistant referee, Martin Cassidy, wants a word here with Paul Taylor. We're ready to resume. Connolly deciding a long throw would be the best option. Zaki unable to release it. Ward winning it once again.
It's a shame for Ward because the goal inadvertently came from him. He gave it away, and the save was pushed around the post for the corner, and Leeds scored from that corner. It's the only thing he's done wrong, Ward.
Zaki. Great effort, but Sullivan behind it.
Well, good response from Plymouth. Battered down by Kilgallen. Zaki onto it in a flash, takes it early, nearly catches Sullivan napping, but he's a quality keeper.
Blake now has picked out Eddie Lewis, and that's going to be a corner for Leeds, who are looking to turn the screw.
Sometimes it is about working opposition out, and sometimes it takes you long to work different sides out. And just towards the end of the first half, you thought they were just about getting their Leeds.
Paul Taylor having a word with the fourth official. Just wonder whether the linesman had a problem with his flag, maybe. Eddie Lewis and Kilgallen flicking it on. Paul Butler sending it back in, but Larry will have that. Although, has he taken it out? No, he hasn't.
The linesman on the far side was right up there. Butler puts it high into the area. Larry comes and claims it, then falls backwards a little bit. Does he take the whole lot? His body's right out of there. Ball, is it still in?
Taylor, Brzaki tried a back heel to maybe set up Evans. That's an excellent response from Plymouth. Brzaki is going to get it back. Another strike, another save to Sullivan.
You can't knock him for trying. Brzaki, it's a long way out. Have to be a screamer to beat Neil Sullivan from there.
Plymouth have had interest confirmed from the Premiership in Akos Brzaki. West Brom, one of the clubs linked with him, but I don't think they're alone. Here's Cresswell. Lewis. Cut out by Connolly, who stopped it going for the corner.
Just seem to have more players, Leeds, with the quality to hurt you in that final third than Plymouth have at the moment.
Also, problem with the flag.
Well, he's not putting it up often enough, or he's happy now.
Robbie Blake. Hidden away by Doumbé. Now, Capaldi. Butler. Douglas. He's got Lewis away to his left. He's going to use him. Cresswell's gone down. Robbie Blake trying to sneak in, but he was well marshalled by Barnes there, but Cresswell is still down injured.
Looks like he's been caught in the build-up to the... You see here, he's trying to get in. Just gets caught, that's not intentional, just catches him. Ward, that's a decent ball in. And Blake probably the wrong man to be going for a ball like that. Douglas does ever so well. We see Cresswell. Was it deliberate? There's a little flick out of the foot there by Ward. And the ball comes in, whipped in with pace, decent delivery. Blake can't get in between the two.
Well, it certainly took Cresswell out of the picture. That cross came in.
It's a bit innocuous to start with, but when you see it again, it's a little flick out maybe.
Richard Cresswell just back from a long spell on the sidelines with ligament damage, but back with a vengeance here.
Yeah, and he gambles here. The good strikers do. It's hit with pace, gets in there, just gets a touch, slight touch off his head, and that's what good strikers do. Get in there, gamble, deservedly gets his goal.
I'm sure Preston fans will be watching, wishing that those two involved there were still playing for them, Lewis and Cresswell, although they had a good win today at Norwich. Evans. Cresswell has returned. Capaldi, the long pass. Cresswell leaping.
Just the thing that let Plymouth down, we saw again there, that final ball in and around the danger area.
Tony Pulis knows what his team's strengths and weaknesses are and will be making a few changes during the transfer window.
Certainly can't fault their endeavour and their work rate. It's a good spot on.
Lewis now tearing towards the box, and Robbie Blake, and he scores, and it is 2-0 to Leeds United, who look like they are going to keep in touch with Sheffield United near the top.
Like I say, they've got the number of players who can hurt you, and we saw two players burst in there from midfield. Eddie Lewis driven down the left-hand side, just a flick on there, looks no danger, goes past the final man, and look at Blake breaking his neck to get in there. Powerful strike. Larry who can't keep it out. It's all about Lewis, but Blake has got to get there, and he does get there. Hit with power, can't keep it out. Terrific ball in, encourages you to come and hit it. Doesn't he do well with that? Perfect ball across the face of the goal, can't defend that. Gets a decent strike, and Larry who can't keep it out despite his best efforts.
60 minutes played, cometh the hour, cometh the man is Robbie Blake, and the score is Plymouth 0, Leeds 2. And Blake has his 6th of the season.
I said earlier in the game when Leeds kept going down the centre of the pitch trying to get through, it wasn't working. Get the ball wide and they'll punish you. And they've done that.
And Eddie Lewis, the provider for both Blake and Cresswell. Plymouth need a quick response, but Matt Kilgallen heads that away. Oh, Bizaki might get a yellow card for that. He's hauled back Liam Miller. He'll be lucky to escape. I think he is going to escape. It's pretty blatant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he was looking to escape there, premeditated. Maybe the game's been played in a good spirit. There's been no reckless challenges, and the referee probably feels it a bit harsh.
Leeds United voices being heard around Home Park. Barnes trying to hit it back to his keeper and having a right old pop at Lariou.
You can just see a little bit of body language from Plymouth now. It's flattening that second goal. They're still in with a chance after the first one, but it's really knocked the duck off.
Kelly Lewis, who set up the first two goals, trying to make a third happen. It's going to be another corner.
So many players in midfield that can just undo a defence any given moment. Douglas, Lewis, Miller, all given the licence to get forward because Sean Derry will hold.
Eddie Lewis, and it was Douglas who flicked it on. Derry back in towards Douglas, who won it again. Craney, Leeds are keeping the pressure on. Lewis, Cresswell, beaten behind by Lariou.
Well, everything that's coming off Eddie Lewis's boot at the moment is causing massive problems for Plymouth. Set it out to him again wide, one touch. Puts it right in the area where it's dangerous. Attacked well, nobody picking him up there. That's a decent save down at his near post by Lariou.
Plymouth seriously struggling at the moment in this game. Lewis again, Cresswell, and Matt Kilgallen might have had a goal to celebrate.
Well, again, a ball from Lewis, and it's flicked on. It's attacked well, and Kilgallen just can't get over the top of it. Good flick on, and just cannot. He's leaning wrong way round and just cannot get it down and on target. Well, you just feel now that every time Leeds go forward, they're going to score a goal, and Tony Pulis must think exactly the same. How do you stop it?
The way Leeds are playing at the moment, they probably want to carry on and in terms of championship matches, but of course it's the FA Cup that comes up next. Leeds off to Wigan and Plymouth off to Wolves again, where they just got a draw in the league.
Well, we've seen great Leeds teams of old have a ruthless streak, and I think this Leeds team, on this evidence, second half, have got that little bit of a mean streak as well. They don't want to let teams off the hook. They want to keep playing the right way and punish them even more.
Kelly sending that one towards Lewis, who's been buzzing in his second half, and he's won that back. Oh, Lewis again. Taking the mickey at the moment, Eddie Lewis, I think. Douglas now. Oh, that's flashed right across.
Well, again, it's all caused by Lewis. He's flying at the moment. Everything he does turns to gold. Trickery in abundance. They give it back, he lets it run. This is good skill. Gets it through the legs. Maybe a little bit selfish, you could say, but 2-0 up, why not?
Well, they're going to take off Paul Connolly here and rejig a bit Plymouth as they try and find a way back into the game. He's put in a decent shift today for Plymouth, but he's being replaced by Bojan Djordjic, who's been struggling with injuries of late. Djordjic up against a couple of his former Manchester United teammates today. Liam Miller out on the field, David Healy and Pugh on the bench. Cresswell might be in as Leeds search for a third goal. Corner again.
Tried to be unselfish there, didn't he, Cresswell? Got on the shoulder of his marker again. Got the better of him, just bounced up for him, didn't quite come down as he wanted it.
Leeds are rampant in this second half.
So that's the word.
Lewis takes. Gary Kelly may well find Lewis again. Perfect pass. Lewis is torturing Plymouth at the moment. Craney is the man to send that one in. Capaldi will get a free kick to relieve some of the pressure.
Leeds are doing at the moment, he's getting it wide and they're putting the delivery in with such pace and quality that it's so difficult to defend. And that man in particular is doing a lot of damage out there.
Well, Leeds did the double over Plymouth last season. They are getting the better of them again here. Doumbé holding off Cresswell. Evans.
Led the line well in the first half, Evans, but very little service second half.
Capaldi has dropped back to left back on this side so that Djordjic can contribute. Thomas now right back, and Plymouth hoping that they've weathered a storm. Cresswell with a wanton look at the assistant ref.
He thought it was clearly pushed to the ground there and have a point, but the system was close. The thing for Leeds is now they don't take the foot off the throttle, because we've seen they're a determined set of players, Plymouth. Give them half a chance, the pressure will be right back on Leeds. I'm sure he's trying to instill that, Kevin Blackwell, into his players.
Well, it hasn't been easy for Kevin Blackwell to gel a team together with all that's been going on at Leeds United over the last couple of years. They're looking the part now. There have been the small matter of around, we reckon, 55 transfers in and out during Blackwell's reign alone.
You go back even further and the problems they had then, the monetary problems.
Evans for Buzaki. It's a foul by Buzaki on Craney.
Takes the pressure right off. Not had much going forward.
It's going to be another change from Plymouth. They're going to bring on Keith Lasley, who makes only his 6th appearance of the season. Lasley, who was at Motherwell, one of the players who headed south. And Buzaki is coming off. Well, he has barely trained for the last 3 weeks. He's had an abdominal strain, but he's certainly given his all today, and Plymouth will be hoping that they can fend off Premiership interest in the Hungarian international.
I haven't seen him so far. It looks exactly that way. They've got to try and hang on to the best players with a big battle ahead of them, and Tony Pulis thinks, well, this game is going out of our grasp at the moment. Let's save him, rest him.
Douglas will get a free kick. Leeds beat Coventry on Boxing Day, then grafted a win at Stoke before easing past Hull on New Year's Eve. They could close the gap on Sheffield United in second place to 8 points, although Neil Warnock's team play tomorrow at Hull. They could close the gap on Reading to 18 points. That might be too big a gap.
That's close. The thing is, when you get the momentum going, as Leeds are doing at the moment, you're a confident team. You've got a team of players who can open up defences all over the pitch. You think you're unbeatable.
Ward has fed Jordic. Watton. Lasley helping it on to Barnes. But Eddie Lewis tracking back as well, and Kilgallen hits Rosette.
You mentioned it there, Eddie Lewis tracking back. Not only is he causing havoc in the opponent's half, he's getting back and helping his defence out.
Taylor, so many Leeds players back there.
I used that phrase in the first half, earn the right to play. Leeds have obviously got gifted players out there, but they're prepared to put that hard work in that then allows those gifts to come out and punish you. You don't do the hard stuff first, the rest doesn't come.
There's Jason Jarrett, who did his bit for Wigan when they won promotion to the Premiership. He's got a free kick there, caught by Derry. Jarrett due to go back to Norwich tomorrow. He's been on loan here, and although Plymouth would love to keep him, I think Norwich need him as cover.
Presents another problem for Tony Pulis. But that's why he's in the job. He loves it so much, and I'm sure he'll come up with the goods.
Jordic in to Paul's Elliott Ward. Barnes. Jordic was sold short. Now Cresswell. He could give it to Eddie Lewis here, who's made a run through the middle. Cresswell trying to do just that, but quite able to do what Lewis did for Cresswell on the first goal and for Blake on the second.
Well, you've seen it earlier, Cresswell and Lewis was in acres of space.
Stayed in. Lewis, the American international, for Liam Miller. Brainy. Barnes had had enough of that series of Leeds exchanges. Free kick against Lewis. And for Barnes. Well, the Premiership week continues with a cracker from Highbury on Sky Sports 1 from 7 o'clock tomorrow. Arsenal against Manchester United. And then on Wednesday, it's Manchester City against Tottenham, also from 7 on Sky Sports 1.
Evidence of this game, you feel Leeds have got a lot more to offer in this division for the end of the season. I think top two still may be a possibility.
Blake, always a good idea to give it to Lewis, the mood that he's in. Craney. Douglas. Douglas again. And again. Held up by Watton. And here's Kelly. And Miller.
They're in a playful mood now, Leeds.
Of course, they have Rob Hulse and David Healy on the bench. Not many teams at this level can boast two strikers of that quality to bring on. In fact, they are the joint top scorers for Leeds this season. But Cresswell and Blake have got the goals today. Jordic. Blake.
We've talked a lot about the flair players in this Leeds United side. You look at Butler, so solid at the back there with Kilgallen, and probably the unsung hero, Derry, just sits in there and lets the other three go forward. Knows his job.
Here he is, Sean Derry.
Having said that about Leeds going and having a better season, I don't think Plymouth will be still down near the bottom three by the end of the season. They look to have enough determination to steer clear.
Well, Tony Pulis' winter window dealings will be all important. There's Blake. Kelly. Out by Doumbé. Sean Derry giving Taylor a hard time. And Derry, who was actually signed by the Plymouth boss Tony Pulis when he was at Portsmouth. Another change for Plymouth. They're going to take off Scott Taylor. And they're going to bring on Matt Derbyshire, who's on loan from Blackburn. He was going to stay for the season, but hasn't really had too many opportunities in the first team here, and will be returning to Blackburn this month. So Derbyshire on loan from Blackburn, and Jonathan Douglas on loan from the same club, playing against him today.
Tony Pulis trying everything he possibly can to generate something from this game.
Rob Hulse is going to come on in a moment for Leeds. First up in the Championship for Leeds, another long trek for them on the way to the Windine Stadium, Brighton. Coming towards the last 10 minutes, and Leeds don't want to make this change just yet. Jarrett's mistake, and Liam Miller advancing. Here's Blake, setting himself nicely, but Larry there.
Well, he's got quick feet, quick brain, low centre of gravity, Blake.
May well be his last contribution, because it looks like he'll be coming off Rob Hulse. Evans. Jason Jarrett determined, but here is Liam Miller. And Miller feeding Cresswell. Cresswell goes past Capaldi with ease, trying to set up Lewis, but it was a situation that was read by Barnes.
Totally unselfish again there, Cresswell. I thought he might drive it hard and low at the near post.
Blake is doing up his bootlaces at the moment, but I don't think he'll need to bother, because he's going to be taken off, and Richard and Rob Hulse is coming on in his place, but Blake scored the second goal and has put Leeds in command.
Yeah, he drifted in well at the far post, hit it with power. Took a while to get into the game in the first half, but when he did, when he worked his opposition out, he's always going to be a threat. His manager delighted with his contribution.
Rob Hulse, the joint top scorer with David Healy, who's still on the bench. They've both scored 8 times.
I'm sure an envious glance from Tony Pulis when Hulse can come on or Healy can come on.
I think Peter Taylor made that very point at the weekend when Hull lost at Ellen Road. Jordic. Capaldi trying the long throw towards Mickey Evans. Derbyshire. Paul Watton can hit them. And Douglas just flung his body in front of Watton.
Well, that's what they're all about. It's a long throw. It will cause problems. Initially do well here. It comes out. But look at the block from Douglas. Puts him totally off. That's why they are doing so well, Leeds. Clearly full of ability, but clearly full of desire.
Lewis intercepted the throw. Hulse. Well, the visit of Leeds United has attracted the biggest crowd of the season to Home Park, just short of 18,000.
People will look at this score and think, yeah, well, Leeds up there, it's been comfortable for them. First half, it wasn't comfortable at all. They've never given up the ghost. They've tried to create things, but it's just not quite happened in the final third for them.
Terry, Lewis, Miller. This is Liam Miller again. Oh, penalty. Paul Taylor straight away Whistle.
Well, he said, I've got no option but to give that. You could see the look on his face. Miller, trickery, just keep your eye on the ball if you can. That's a clear penalty. That's terrific ability. He's tricked his way to getting the penalty and thought he deserved it. Referee's got it spot on.
I think Richard Cresswell wanted to take this, but Rob Hulse fancies it a bit more.
They're falling out there.
Cresswell definitely wanted to take the penalty. Look at him walking away here.
He better score.
It's Rob Hulse just on as a sub, and it's emphatic, about as emphatic as you can get. And Leeds United are storming towards a fourth successive victory.
Well, Cresswell not celebrating with the rest of them. He's not happy about that at all, but emphatic penalty. He blasts it in the top corner. Nobody gets near that. That's confidence for you. Just come on. Bang, top corner. Perfect.
Cresswell still miffed, by the way. Even though it was a cracking penalty.
Might have been in the tunnel or the dressing room at full time there.
A stylish spot kick from Hulse after Doumbé had fouled Miller. But Richard Cresswell was back on the halfway line. Hulse gave him a little pat, but I don't think Cresswell was too interested.
No, I think Paul Butler came up and had a quiet, consoling word with Healy. With Cresswell, sorry. Well, what a penalty.
Rob Hulse is now top scorer outright, one ahead of David Healy with 9. Cresswell. Don't think he's going to pass it to Hulse somehow.
It's getting a little bit better out there, isn't it?
Shows the hunger, I suppose.
Exactly.
He wasn't having it though, was he?
Spot on. Well, he feels I've run my legs off for the cause. I've got one. I'm entitled to take this. The man who's just come on, first touch, he sticks in the top corner for his goal.
Douglas. I'm sure he might laugh about it afterwards, Richard Cresswell. Then again.
Don't think so.
Here's Hulse. Gary Kelly. It's not going to reach Lewis. Awkward for Butler. Evans chasing everything as usual.
Much more about this Leeds United team than the flair players.
It's a foul by Hulse.
Well, this is Cresswell. Scored a goal, wanted to score another one. Clearly not a happy player out there. Derry consoling him a little bit. Don't think it'll work.
Nasley. Able to spin. Nasley. Leeds United emerging as the main threat to Sheffield United. Although Neil Warnock's team show no signs of budging really. Only concerned about things at the other end of the table, of course, and Tony Pulis's side won't face too many teams with the strength that Leeds United have in the second half of the season.
A lot of flair players, as I said, but grit, determination's there in abundance. Two centre-halves, Butler and Kilgallen, epitomise it.
Miller. Down for the penalty by Doumbé. Brought down again there. Free kick.
He's lit the second half up as well, Miller. A number of players have, to be fair.
pulse. Eddie Lewis didn't look at all the favourite. It's gone out, in fact, but he still wasn't giving it up, was he?
And that just epitomises Leeds' performance this evening. Never give up.
It's going to be 3 minutes added on. There's been 3 goals for Leeds United and probably 3 points. In fact, certainly, I would say.
So they come back with monumental proportions if they came back into this now.
All that remains for Leeds United to do is to keep a clean sheet.
Believe me, that back four will be determined to do that.
They do. Leeds will have secured their biggest away win under Kevin Blackwell. Watton. Cresswell settling for the throw. Referee's done all right today as well, no bookings.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's let it flow. There have been no really reckless challenges. Got the penalty right. Very often you see that, a game with no yellow cards.
Taylor has flashed a few cards in his time. Here's Cresswell. Tripped by Jarrett.
Well, they may have had the hump, Cresswell, but he's still determined to do the right things, and his work rate's been terrific.
It's the Leeds United fans who are singing their way into the new year. Kelly. Job well done by Kevin Blackwell's team, although they certainly did not have it their own way in the first half. They pretty much have in the second, though. Lewis has been a key figure for them, and Miller's done well too. And Miller came to prominence at Celtic, and then of course moved to Manchester United, where perhaps not too unsurprisingly he struggled to get into the team.
I think with Leeds, they've not had a player who's played below par today at all. Can't think of any player. Craney had his moments in the first half, stuck to his task well.
Eddie Lewis, Liam Miller, and Douglas. Well, it's a happy return to Plymouth for Kevin Blackwell, who was a player here, a goalkeeper, and also worked as a coach when Neil Warnock was in charge. Long-time associate of Warnock, of course. Now he's trying to catch him in second place. 4 wins on the spin for Leeds. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for them as they consolidate third place with a comfortable victory. Well, it got comfortable in the second half. It wasn't too comfortable in the first half, but a fairly emphatic result in the end. Plymouth Argyle 0, Leeds United 3.
Well, that's a bit more like the Leeds United of old, isn't it? 3-0 away from home. 4 wins in a row. Still a lot of chasing to do, though, at the top of the table. Well, the playoffs are looking a bit more secure now. Maybe a word about the old penalty there. 5 minutes on as a sub, took the penalty. Wasn't giving that away. So, at the end of the day, here's the championship. Crewe are 3 points adrift at the bottom. Sheffield Wednesday jump out of the bottom 3. Brighton slip in. Leicester City now just 1 point outside the relegation zone. Plymouth started the day in 19th position. They finished 19th, 3 points off the bottom 3, but they still have 2 games in hand on most others around them. The top, Reading, lead Sheffield United, who play at Hull tomorrow, by 10 points, and Leeds by 18 points. Leeds are 8 points behind Sheffield United as we speak tonight. Watford and Crystal Palace both won. And Preston, 16 games unbeaten, move above Wolves into 6th. There's only 3 points down to Stoke in 12th position.